Hola, my friends. I hope you're all well. As Nick mentioned this morning, this week we're going to be doing my monthly favorites again. September's over, October's just started, so I want to tell you what I loved from September, what I found useful, what I really enjoyed, stuff like that. So today in the stories, I'm just going to tell you about 3 of my favorites, and then as the posts come out this week, you'll get to know more and more of my favorites along the way. So be sure to check out our posts this week. You'll get to know about my favorite book, favorite TV show, favorite self-care activities, favorite outfit, blah, blah, blah. So I want to start with my favorite podcast episode. So I think that you guys know by now that I am a very big Gabrielle Bernstein fan. I find her work very, very grounding, very inspirational, and I really, really enjoy the fact that she's just so, out there spiritually. She speaks about spirituality. She teaches from a spiritual standpoint, and I just find it very, very supportive. Especially sort of becoming a mother, I found it to be one of the most spiritual experiences of my life. And I just find it very, very supportive to kind of be having a shower and be listening to a podcast by her or whatever. So anyway, she did a podcast episode recently, or I don't know if it was recent, but I listened to it recently, called The Spiritual Path to Becoming a Mother. And basically she does sort of mini coaching sessions with different people who tune in. And there was one woman who spoke about her decision to have an abortion, why and the impact it's had on her, and how it's affecting her moving forward. There was another woman who spoke about her difficulties conceiving and her sort of anxieties around it. And there was another woman who spoke about her child's diagnosis. She had a 1.5-year-old who had been diagnosed with an illness, and how she was coping with it, and how she was going to go through being there for her child throughout the treatments, and how to also take care of herself throughout that. The reason that I really enjoyed this episode is because, one, I just love listening to this kind of stuff. I love listening to therapy sessions, coaching sessions, anything like that, they're always super interesting. And also, when you listen to somebody work on themselves, you end up working through them. You end up working vicariously, because you'll see yourself in the other person. Even if you've never had an abortion or you've never had a child, you'll understand. And as you listen to these stories, your compassion grows deeper and deeper, your capacity for compassion, because you listen to these people not from you might find yourself listening to these people from a judgmental space, but you'll also catch yourself. And also just being in that kind of context, it is a non-judgmental space, which is just incredible. So when you step into this judgmental space, even if it's just through a podcast, you begin to look at yourself non-judgmentally. And when you do that, you can go even further with yourself. You can go even deeper into yourself, which means you learn more about yourself. You get to know who you are. And when you know who you are, then you can trust who you are, and you can take more risks, and you can grow as a human being. And it has a positive impact on everybody. So anyway, that was my very favorite podcast episode that I listened to in September. Next, I want to show you my favorite baby essential. Okay, so my favorite baby essential is I don't know if I call it a sling. I don't know what it's actually called, if it's called a baby wearer or what, but it's from the brand Ergo Baby. I got this from Little Stars in Aura. Not in Aura. I don't know where. I got it from Little Stars. It might be an Aura. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm blanking. But anyway, I love it. So basically, I wanted to show you how I put it on and how I put Archie into it. But Archie's fast asleep at the moment, so I'm not going to do that to him. But I'll show you later when he wakes up and wants to be in it. Why I like this is because there are times when Archie just wants to be on me all the time and will not let me put him down. And it is a beautiful thing. It's amazing that this little cute little live teddy bear just wants to be on me all the time. But sometimes it's just not, like, it's not doable, you know, like I have to wash his bottles, or I need to, you know, eat, or I need to just do something, you know, so I need to like get up and I need to have my hands free. So I put him in this. He has that warmth, he has that physical contact, and he's happy. I'm happy. It's not like a perfect thing, you know. I remember when I bought it, I thought, oh, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna wear it all the time. Sometimes he doesn't want to be in it, you know. Sometimes he finds it constricting. The other day he had a poo explosion while he was in it, and the poo just went everywhere because obviously it's like holding him, you know, it's holding up against his butt. The poo just went everywhere. It was incredible. And also, like, to wear it outside at the moment, it's pretty damn hot. But I'm really looking forward to the colder months, because I think that it would be really nice to just, you know, wear him on this. He'll be against my body, he'll have that warmth. I can put a jacket on, you know, open over here, over, you know, on top of it, and just like go for a walk and really enjoy it. It is a bit tiring on the back after a while, but the truth is it's not that bad. And I find breastfeeding more tiring on my back, to be honest. But anyway, I'm kind of just viewing this time like, yeah, the body's going to take some hits, and, you know, take care of it as much as possible as I go along, and I'll do the recovery, you know, after or whatever. So yeah, I'll show you this later when he's awake, but I really, really, really like it. And to be honest, I'm thinking about buying another one, because sometimes he spits up on it and then it takes a while until I wash it and dry it and blah, blah, blah. So I like it very, very, very much. Okay, next I'm going to speak to you about a favorite self-care activity of mine. So a favorite self-care activity of mine in September was sessions, right? Doing my own sessions. Becoming a parent is an amazing, incredible experience. It's also challenging. It's challenging because you are not getting like enough sleep, and your sleep is interrupted, and this really affects. Let me speak for myself, okay? I mean, it happens to most people, but let me speak for myself. So I am not getting enough sleep, right? My sleep's interrupted every couple of hours, and I'm awake for about an hour in between each interruption, if not an hour and a half, and it's tiring. It's very, very tiring, and what happens is, like, kind of your psyche is affected. So whereas before you had much more clarity, now it's like I'm thinking about one thing and I'm thinking about another, and I go back to that other thing, and now I've forgotten what I was thinking about before, and then I drop something, and then I drop something else, and I forget about what I was thinking about originally, and it's just like, and then I'm trying to think about this, that, and the other, because my head's thinking, oh, you better get this done before he wakes up, whatever. So it's like this very sort of, sometimes it's so basically, like, it affects, yeah, becoming a parent affects you in a lot of different ways. First of all, you're effing tired. Two, you end up in survival mode a lot because you are so tired. I mean, what I can tell you is that I love being a mom. Like, I'm really, really enjoying it. The times I find the hardest are when I'm overtired. When I'm overtired, it's tough. It's really tough. If I'm feeling okay, like I've gotten enough rest, then it's great and I love it, you know. But the tiredness is a hard part. And what happens is, it's also, you know, you're also going through hormonal changes, and you're also going through physical changes. I mean, the physical changes are just parts of your body that you didn't even expect to be affected are affected. Like my feet, for example, have been affected. Don't ask me how, I don't understand, but my feet ache like crazy. And yeah, they look different. So what I'm saying is, like, there's a lot of different changes, and it affects your mood. It affects my mood. It affects the way I think. It affects everything. So I like doing my own sessions because it helps me to get things off my chest in a safe space, in a private, safe space, a non-judgmental space, right? That's really important. And it helps me to process how I'm feeling so that I'm less reactive and more choiceful. right? A life I choose. Less reactive, more choiceful. When I'm reactive, I'm more unconscious, right? I'm acting more from a childhood reactive space. And that's not always the best place to be, right? I don't make the best decisions from that space. In fact, I typically am much more argumentative when I feel in a state of fight or flight and stuff like that, So I like to be able to process my emotions. I like to be able to think about what's happening so that I'm much more choiceful. And what happens is that sessions help me to center. They help me to center, they help me to find myself. And when I find myself, then I'm much more present for Archie. Archie connects with me much easier. I connect with him, and we just have a much better time together. And I have a much better time with myself than when I don't do sessions, right? And it also just helps me with my decision making, right? I'm still running a business. Like, I need to be thinking about what's happening. I need to be thinking about what's happening, what we're doing next, where we're going. Making sure that we're moving in alignment with where we're going, stuff like that. So it's just very helpful to have my sessions. Now, something that frustrates me about the sessions something that used to frustrate me about my sessions was that I have a therapist and a coach, and they're separate. And what always irritated me was that the services really, there'd be so much more complementary if they were together, right? One service. So what I did was I created a methodology that included both, right? I am a trained psychotherapist and I'm also a coach. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to integrate both, right? Both of my learnings, and create a super effective methodology that guides people to do both, because you need both, right? The therapy helps you to heal, it helps you to process, it helps you to understand yourself. The coaching helps you to move forward and make the change that you want to see. And so I did this, I created a methodology, and that's what lifestyle strategy sessions are. And I now teach this methodology to other therapists and coaches, and they become lifestyle strategists. And when you sign up for lifestyle strategy sessions, I match you to the best lifestyle strategist for you based on personality type and on what you want to work on, right? And they guide you to achieve the results that you want. And what we've found is that it's super effective. Our clients are super happy with the service. They refer their friends, they refer their loved ones, and they keep coming back for more because they keep wanting to grow. They keep wanting to grow. Our clients are people who just love self-development. They love growing. They love contributing to this world. They're people who care immensely. So yeah, that's what I did, and I love it, and I'm super happy with the service. So if you guys would like to know anything about sessions, just DM me with your email address and we'll be in touch with all the information that you need, how they work, how much they cost, anything else you want to know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to answering your questions.